In California, AB 1955 was just signed into law by Governor Gavin Newsom. This law legalizes keeping vital information from parents. Information like if their child discloses gender incongruence in school, or a new name, or a new pronoun. It is a parent's responsibility to rear their children. And when the state hides information, intentionally deceiving and lying to parents about their children, it hampers a parent's ability to lovingly guide and nurture their children through some of the most difficult time of a human being's life, puberty. Parents need to know. They have a right to know if their child has disclosed emotional distress or confusion over their gender identity at school, or if they have chosen to identify with a new name or a new pronoun. Public officials will gaslight you into believing that the parents are the ones who would abuse their child if they found out. If this were true for the majority, would not these mandated reporters report it, and would there not be statistical data we could point to in these cases? Yet there isn't. And that is because this bold-faced lie is based in fear, not fact. I challenge anyone who uses this line as a way of supporting stripping parents of their rights and concealing information from parents to provide hard data, the science, which they claim to believe in, to back up this lie. Go ahead. I'll wait. The statistics do bear this out. They show that 97.5% of children who are allowed to socially transition, that is, change their name or their pronouns, will go on to medically transition, where they are injecting themselves with chemicals that cause infertility, wrong sex hormones, and bodily mutilation, leaving them emotionally and physically scarred for life. How can parents guide their child through this process if they're not aware of what the schools are doing to their children? They can't. This is wrong, and it must stop. You may be asking, how does this relate to girls' sports? Simple. If a parent doesn't know what is happening in their child's school, and schools are allowed to hide a child's gender identity from parents, parents may never know if their daughter is playing against a team with a boy on it, or even worse, may not know that their son is playing on a girls' team. What we see right now in California is what we are fighting to prevent from coming to Colorado. As I have traveled every single one of Colorado's 64 counties, I have spoken to people of every walk of life. The color of a person's skin, their race, their sex, their sexual orientation, their political affiliation, even their religious affiliation don't matter. One thing has become clear. This is not a right versus left issue. This is a right versus wrong issue. It is a common sense issue. And I believe that the average person is smart enough to see through the lies of those who wish to harm our children. This is why we need you to fight, to get involved. You have to fight for your children. We need you to sign our petitions. We need you to talk to your neighbors. We need you to get involved in your child's education by attending school board meetings, voting for these measures, and donating to protectkidscolorado.org. Our opposition has already raised over $500,000 to stop these efforts. Organizations like One Colorado, the Rose Foundation, Out Boulder County, PFLAG, the Colorado PTA, and the Colorado Educators Association are bringing in outside money to strip girls of their right to a safe, fair, equal athletic playing field and strip parents of their right to raise their children. These same organizations are lobbying our legislature to codify transitioning your child behind your back without your consent. We must not allow that to happen. We must protect our children. We're asking you, and if Elon Musk believes that what is happening in California is wrong, we ask him. We ask you to help us prevent from what is happening in California from happening to our children here in Colorado. I am asking for everyone who hears my voice to open their checkbooks, their wallets, their hearts, and donate to Protect Kids Colorado. For those of you who have asked, do you think we'll make ballot? I don't have a crystal ball. I cannot tell you what the Secretary of State will wind up doing. But I can tell you this. This is not the final show. This is a rehearsal. If we do make ballot, we're going to need you to continue to run with us as we campaign. Knock doors, make phone calls, sign up to testify at your school, sign up to testify at the Capitol. And if we do not make ballot, rest assured, we will continue to fight. At the legislature and at the Secretary of State, we will be back with more legislation and we will be back with more ballot initiatives. As my final ask, I'm asking for all of you to follow Protect Kids Colorado and Gays Against Groomers at GAG_Colorado on social media. And be sure you order our new book from Gays Against Groomers called The Gender Trap. The Gender Trap is filled with scientific proof that everything they are doing to your children is in fact harming them. It is setting them on a path to a 40% increase of suicide. An increase in suicide. That is because gender-affirming care is not life-saving. The actual science, the medical studies, and the hard truth that they don't want you to know is in this book, and we will show it to you. The Gender Trap. Our children are our heritage. What are you willing to sacrifice to protect them? Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Wow, Rich is a great guy. I can say that he's been one of the most encouraging people to me in this fight. He knows a lot about these ballot initiatives. He knows a lot about the process. If you have any questions, he's a good person to ask. So find Rich. Follow him on Twitter too. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a couple minutes after this song. If everybody wants to I worked for all my life, and I had to start again. Just my children and my body. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
No, I'm not.
God bless the USA.
So turn-in for these are on the August 1st to the Secretary of State's office.
From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills across the range, from the sea to the
Excuse me, do you have any more of those the ballots or the petitions, I mean?
I don't have any blank ones right now.
All right, because I do signature collecting, but I was doing 2 different ballot initiatives, the cats and the vets. This is the first time I've heard of this one. Hey y'all, I'm gonna call this, and then I'm gonna go swimming.